It's a new week for Cardano, so if you're an ADA holder, let's take a look at what ADA charts are setting up. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. I appreciate you coming by. This is a Cardano video. I actually didn't plan on opening with a 6-hour chart, but I kind of saw price moving a little bit as I was literally pressing that intro button. And I was going to start on the weekly, which we're going to visit because it's important. But very interesting, this 6-hour candle to the downside. This is one thing that I wanted to talk about in this video. So let's see kind of where this is right now. The 6-hour candle. We just had a new weekly open not long ago, not even a half hour ago. So let's see what happens. We're going to revisit this chart in a few minutes to really do some short-term technical analysis on this 6-hour chart. But let's kind of rewind to what I wanted to start with, which is this, a zoomed-in weekly chart. So let's just note the fact that this 20-week moving average, Cardano, closed a green weekly candle. It just closed this green weekly candle, but there was absolutely, in that last week, no separation above and away from that 20-week moving average. And that's something we're definitely looking for on these charts, because this entire area right here is extremely big resistance for Cardano. This is the story of macro lower highs, and Cardano really needs to kind of break above this area and get some separation to the upside to really start, defining a longer term reversal. One thing though, in the fact that this weekly candle closed green, this is the third weekly candle that closed green. Look what has really happened. A more defined, more clear looking MACD crossing above the signal line. So that is 100% in effect right now. We've gotten this next green candle above zero on the histogram. So this upward momentum in effect starting to happen on the macro charts for Cardano. So this is good. And now it's going to be another interesting next 7 days, an interesting week to see what happens with this weekly candle, especially now as this 20-week moving average line got updated, currently sitting below Cardano price right now, just below it. I mean, Cardano price around $1.16, $1.17, the 20-week moving average right around $1.15 to $1.16. So there's like no gap right there. So it will be very, very interesting to see what happens with crypto markets in general, but what happens with ADA price in terms of this very, very small spread of space. So that's the weekly chart. Now let's start zooming in. Let's start talking about technical analysis on the shorter term. And this is what we're looking at. First off, in terms of Cardano just getting this swing high, have really liked this sideways action, because this is multiple days of just kind of sideways. This is good as opposed to just like swing high, rejection, down, right? Because that's kind of what has happened a lot in kind of the general downtrend that Cardano has been in, right? Look at these very steep increases and then steep decreases in price, just like up, down, right? Up, down, boom, boom, rejection, quick rejection. So it's nice to see this scenario that we've been talking about on the charts as we've been tracking the 20-day moving average crossing above the 50-day. It's nice to see Cardano consolidating into those moving averages. And we've basically said that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking for. If not a steep crash to the moving averages, at the very least, sideways action, allowing these moving averages, in particular 20-day moving average, to pull into it would be phenomenal. And currently that's what's happening. So it's squeezing, it's consolidating, and the moving averages are kind of being pulled up, which is what we want to see after the 20-day moving average cross. The true test, if it happens when it happens, will be to see what Cardano does at the 20-day moving average. Currently, the 20-day moving average around $1.06, so it's getting pulled up as Cardano trades. We zoom out here. This is what I'm watching. Breakout, target to the upside. Let's just get that out of the way. If we're looking at Cardano from this previous swing high to swing low, this consolidation area down here, we take out a Fibonacci. We've talked about how Cardano is kind of just engaging with the 786 of this Fibonacci resistance. So it's swing high to swing low up to resistance channel, the 618 around $1.07, the 786 around $1.16. And you can see that resistance area, Cardano really just kind of fumbling around with it, right? And grappling with that, especially the 786 area right around $1.16. $1.15 to $1.16. So Cardano right now on this daily chart, look at this. This is a daily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like 9 days or so, Cardano just in that general area. So it certainly is this general vicinity acting as resistance. It's nice to see Cardano at the upper end of that resistance with some upward pressure, which we're going to look at on the 6 hour. That's a really good sign in terms of if we're going to see just kind of a burst for Cardano to the upside. So outside of those things, if we do get a burst to the upside, it's that 1618 of the same Fibonacci. So here's the resistance. If it breaks resistance and gets that separation, that explosive move to the upside, the 1618 higher high area, right around $1.55 is what we're looking at for Cardano, that target to the upside. I know that sounds far. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like, oh man, yeah, right, Dan. We're talking about Cardano making another 30-some% gains. Well, it is in play. That's that next target. If this is going to be a longer term reversal, that's probably what we'd see Cardano making a move to, at least in that general vicinity. If we go over here to the 6 hour, now we really start diving into this technical analysis. So to the upside, we have this potential ascending triangle right there. It's very small. It's very short term. But we also have this head and shoulders also in play. Here's that upper trend line of the ascending triangle, but here's the right shoulder potentially in play right now as well. It's one thing I wanted to talk about in particular with this 6 hour candle that just opened. So head and shoulders, because we have this bullish move to the upside, pulled back down by the bears. Bullish move to the upside for the head, pulled back down to the bears to this trend line. Bullish move to the upside most recently, didn't get that much momentum. And currently, is it being pulled back down to with the bears, right? By the bears. And this is kind of a really critical part where we are right now, even the next couple of days probably, of this longer term story. And it's not that long term. This is a short term chart. But in regards to this pattern setup, we're at a really critical part, the right shoulder setup, right? Are the bulls going to fail here at this lower trend line neckline area? And it's only around $1.15. Are the bulls going to fail if Cardano gets pulled down to that area? Or are the bears going to fail and even setting up a right shoulder, right? And we have this ascending triangle where Cardano breaks to the upside finally out of this short-term upper trend line, right around $1.19, $1.20. Target to the downside would be right around, it's not too crazy, but right around $1.05. And the reason that's significant is if we go back to the daily chart, what's right around $1.05? Well, $1.05, this 20-day moving average is at $1.06. So we can kind of move this. Let's move this white line up. There's the $1.06 area. That's a 20-day moving average. This could be the case where Cardano finally tests and meets that 20-day moving average. And if it happens, this is a target to the downside of the head and shoulders setup. So this is kind of what I'm watching right now. I think on the short term, this is actually something interesting to watch on this 6-hour chart to see what Cardano does. And currently, it's been, not the most eventful opening to the week, not the most eventful 6-hour candle, but it was cool to see how right when I started recording this video, it was kind of just falling to the downside. We're getting a nice little 6-hour wick right now. Will this continue? How will the 6-hour candle close? Many of you watching later tonight, tomorrow morning even, will know the answer, and we'll see how this 6-hour candle closes, what kind of consolidation we get all in this area. But really, we're looking for a breakout above the $1.19 to $1.20 area for Cardano right now in the very short term. And we're looking to see if we get just kind of an upward momentum pressure for the bulls so that this area, the neckline of the head and shoulders, isn't tested, because that $1.14 to $1.15 area is kind of that final support area for Cardano on the short term. So time will tell. We will see. This is what I'm watching. Let me know how you're doing out there, everybody. Please remember, this is just the data. This is just the data. No one knows what's going to happen next with crypto, with Cardano, Bitcoin, whatever. So be very careful out there. This is not financial advice, but I think if we track this data together consistently, we're always ready, and that's what matters. So hit the subscribe and like once again. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good start to your week. God bless.